In 2024, we saw some crazy events in the Osu community, from a battle for number 1 to the end of a 6-year streak in the Osu World Cup. Before the video fully begins, I want to make a quick shout out to Stu for his Osu news series. He doesn't need it, but I did use it for most of the research in this video, so go check him out if you haven't somehow. And a quick shout out to anyone whose post was used in this video, the names will all be on screen. And with that said, enjoy the video. So we're going to start off the year with a name that you'll probably get tired of me saying, and I'm probably going to be tired of saying it by the time I've finished this script. If you can count the amount of times I say mrekk in this video, you'll win an uneasy sense of accomplishment, because why would you do that? But we start off with mrekk celebrating an amazing milestone, reaching 1,000 consecutive days as the number 1 Osu player. mrekk was also the first player to reach 26,000 PP in Osu standard, which is just insane. I mean, go back a couple years, everyone would have said this is impossible, but they definitely would have said that if it does happen, it would be mrekk to do it, so he's keeping up his reputation. He also set the first 1.4k PP play on a map called Rat Race, which is just insane. And to round out the month for mrekk, he was the first player with 100 plays above 1.1k PP, and his top 50 consisted of only 1.2k PP plays. He also pulled away from accolibed, achieving a 500 PP gap between him and second place, sort of showing that he wasn't going to be stopping anytime soon. So now we get to talk about some other players. Worst HR player gained over 50 ranks in 4 days after a break from the game, entering the top 50 for the very first time. Cloutiful reached single digit in Osu in the top 10. Ivaxa also entered the top 50 rankings at only 14 years old, excelling in both aim and speed plays. And a player known as Yes My Darkness reached 25,000 total PP on the Osu catch game mode. So now it's time to talk about some changes to Osu Laser. For starters, Peppy returned the no miss to S rank feature in Laser, which means that you have to set a score with 0 misses to get an S rank, otherwise it's an A or lower. He also made a new Laser logo, which was a little controversial. Not a lot of people liked this little dot in the logo, a lot of people compared it to
who put a tit on the O?
But Peppy said that he was going to keep it around and just feel it out and see if people would get used to it and learn to love it. And finally, after so many years of Laser existing, Osu Laser PP was released on January 30th. Players could now finally earn PP for scores that they set in Laser. We start off strong with 2 1.4k PP plays from mrekk, one on Space Battle and another on Save Me. Now we'll talk about why the Save Me play is really special in just a moment, but first I want to bring some attention to his reaction to both of these plays. Here's the reaction to Space Battle, it's incredible.
Fuck! Oh my god, it's a 1400, right? Holy!
So yeah, mrekk's reaction, pretty crazy. But like I mentioned, that Save Me play was special because it was a 1.6k 2-miss choke on Save Me, the Nightmare difficulty, which ended up being worth 1,498 PP. Now, his reaction to this, also funny, not as good as the Space Battle in my opinion, but here it is. And on theme with both Save Me and PP records, mrekk became the second ever player to set a 1.5k PP play, setting a 2-miss choke on Save Me, nearly getting 1.6k PP, and skipping 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 and 1.4k milestones all in one play. Now, these aren't the only 2 players who had a good month. A top player known as Master became the number 1 player in Thailand, dethroning Devon or In Before after 5 years in that spot. Worst HR player became the number 1 ranked player in South Korea. Pre-Dominador became the first player in Osu history to achieve 80,000 total SS ranks in one game mode, being Catch the Bee. Top Mania player known as Dressurf set 2 1.8k PP plays. Mr. Dinklepuss set the first 600 PP play using his feet. And Lifeline reached more 1k PP plays than akolibed. And finally, the winner of the Osu Mania 7-key World Cup was South Korea. To start the month off, Peppy made a poll in the Osu forums to see if the community still wanted the dot removed from the new Osu laser logo, and of course everyone voted that they did. And on top of that, for Osu updates, Skibbity, Riz, Gyat and Edging all got censored from the Osu chat. Still can't believe that's a real sentence that I just said. And in March, medals were added to Osu Laser. Moving on to some player news now, btmc got his first 900 in 3 years. It was on the map Jashin no Conre, which is worth 1.1k had he not hit 2 misses, and this was absolutely crazy to everyone who was a fan of btmc because he's been kind of washed over the last few years. Moving on now, March was quite crazy for the German leaderboards, as whitecat had held the #1 spot in Germany since September 25th, 2019 for 1,628 days, but on March 10th, aimbotcone dethroned him with an FC on Technoplanet and became the #1 Germany player. Mastaz set his first 1k PP play, leaving Rafis as the only top Polish player without one. A Secret Box set the new HR PP record on Epitaph, being his first 1.1k. A Taiko player named Vernal completed every single Osu Taiko map. Ivaxa became the #2 Polish player, setting a 1.2k DTFC on When It Falls, being his first 1.2k and a 1.1k skip for him. And finally, there was a $1,000 bounty set for the first DTFC on Save Me. Moving on to April, and let's just speed through mrekk's list, shall we? One missed a 1.7k PP play, re-FC'd United with Hidden DT, maintaining the only Hidden DT FC on the map. Celebrated 3 years as the #1 Osu player since dethroning whitecat on April 8th, 2021. And even logged on to some Osu private servers, getting rank 1 on both Ripple and Akatsuki alongside the official Osu server. And on Ripple, he set 9 1k PP plays, including 2 1.2k PP plays and 4 1.1k PP plays. Ivaxa got a 1 slider break 1.3k PP play on the Deceit, narrowly missing a potential 1.5k PP play. btmc lost his last few #1 rankings, one of the last 2 maps being Galaxy Collapse, an incredibly iconic score from btmc. Malachevsky reached 5 full rows of badges on his profile, showing what an insane tournament player this guy truly is. Japan won the Osu Taiko World Cup for the 7th time in a row, and Osu Rewind 2023 wait, there's an Osu Rewind already? Oh fuck. In May, mrekk set a 1.5k PP play, the first DTFC on this map and his new top play at the time, pushing him past 27,000 PP. And without just a few of the 100s that he got in this map, it would have been a 1.6k PP play. He also logged on to Akatsuki and set the second highest PP play on Relax, being 2,541 PP. Moving on to some other players' achievements now though, a $1,000 bounty was claimed by a player known as Bonk for the first Hard Rock FC on Soko. And this is just insane because Bonk had been grinding this for a while, so he definitely deserved it. And if you don't already know who Bonk is, just take a look at this crazy playstyle he's got. The #1 Mania player known as Dressurf became the first player to reach 29,000 PP in any game mode. That nipple-like dot that we talked about earlier was finally removed from the Osu laser logo. Peppy and the team released what in my opinion is a really cool set of official Osu keycaps that you can buy. And somehow the Osu leaderboards and PP system were hacked into and broken by 3 players. They reached the top 3 spots, I guess dethroning mrekk for the first time, and set some seriously confusing yet really cool looking scores because the PP level is so high that it breaks the website. The #1 Mania player Dressurf reached 101,000 PP plays in June, And over in standard, a few players set some crazy scores and reached some cool milestones. For starters, akolibed set his first 1.4k PP on Valley of the Veil and FC. Rafis set his first 1k, leaving Cookiesy as the highest ranking player without a 1k PP play. And another cool thing for Rafis in June, it marked 10 years since he reached the top 100 players in Osu. A player known as Petite also reached 10,000 PP in all game modes, being the first person to ever do it, so congratulations to him. And finally, quite possibly the biggest scandal in Osu history, top 3 player Cloutiful was banned for using macros to elevate his gameplay since August 2023. Specifically, Clouty had been using something known as DKS, a wooting feature which allowed him to set his keys so that when pressing down on both of them, only one would activate and the other would activate when he released, so that he could double tap and essentially stream at extremely high BPM. He'd been known for setting some pretty suspiciously good scores, but most people believed him as he was always streaming and really good friends with some legitimate players, so no one suspected a single thing. But I mean, come on, the signs were there.
What is that you are? Excuse me? Excuse me? What the fuck? I'm cheating. I'm literally cheating. I'm literally fucking cheating. I'm unironically cheating.
We'll start off July with a laser update. Peppy released the daily beat map challenge where you could go and play a map and compete on a leaderboard against everyone else to see who could get the best play on that day. The only problem with this system was that the notifications had sort of been overlooked for when you get mentioned in the daily challenge chat, and it led to some problems for some people.
Oh my god! Yeah!
Over to other game modes now. A player known as Peaceful became the first non-Japanese player to reach 20,000 PP in Taiko. And the Osu Catch World Cup concluded with USA being the victors of the tournament. Akolibed set the first ever 1.6k PP play on Valley of the Veil with a DTFC, which is just insane. It really goes to show how much of an incredible player he really is. Really proving that what he was about to do, he definitely deserved. And that's because, you know it, you've probably been waiting for it to come, Akolibed on the 22nd of July took the #1 global spot, and for the first time in 3 years, the community saw someone else take the crown as the king of Osu.
G. This is my perfect victory.
So of course mrekk wasn't going to let his #1 spot go that easily, and he gave the Osu community exactly what they've been wanting for so long, a fight for the #1 spot. Now, for starters, mrekk made a 1.4k PP play, choking an FC on taking you out with hidden DT, which is just an incredible play even with the choke. But shortly after this, there was speculation that he was just going to give up, because mrekk decided to tweet out that he had changed his bio to former #1 Osu player instead of #1 or fighting for #1 Osu player. Akolibed now comes along and gets the first DTFC on Necrophantasia, getting a 1.5k PP play and keeping himself way above mrekk for now. However, sadly, on August 3rd, mrekk went live with 1 goal. And when mrekk has a goal, he doesn't let it go. His goal for the stream was to get his #1 title back. And he started with 2 incredible chokes, showing that this stream was going to be something you needed to watch. For starters, he set a 1.3k PP play, 2 missed choking an FC that would have earned him 1.5k PP on this insane map. And then, not long after, he just went and choked 1.6k PP on Sendan Life with hidden DT by 1 slider break. And if he had submitted the play, it would have been 1.2k PP anyway, which is still a crazy amount at that time. And then later on in the stream, he choked a PP record. He could have gotten a 1,823 PP play if he FC'd with the accuracy he got, but he 2 missed and ended up with a 1,300 PP play. However, eventually, during the stream, mrekk decided to play Choo Choo Lovely, getting a 1.8k choke, but still 1.3k PP, taking back his #1 spot.
GG.
GG, GG. Right? Hello? 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 GG, GG, GG. GG, GG, GG.
Now, also in August, we saw 3 no-mod PP records set in just the space of 1 week. The first being Rafis's first 1.1k PP play on Jashin. The second of these PP records was another 1.1k being on Jashin again, set by Voprasov, and the third being another Jashin play, but this time set by Windowlife for 1197 PP. We also saw the Ukrainian PP record get broken after 1096 days by a player known as RafGPO on Hackenshaw for 910 PP. 2 different players both reached 19,000 PP in August, being Rafis and Zuti. Back to mrekk now with the first DTFC on Scarlet Rose. Femboy Gaming passed Kazama BC in the rankings, making him the highest ranked femboy in Osu. Chaos Litz got the first double S on the Unforgiving, a marathon map that is actually the longest map in Osu history. So this is just a crazy achievement. Wimpn set his 100,000th FC on Osu standard, being the first person to ever achieve that many full combos. mrekk also set the first 3-mod FC on Brazil's top diff, being 1.3k PP, and he also FC'd Save Me with Hidden DT for 1,665 PP. However, this map was the one that had a $1,000 bounty. Now, initially people were worried that mrekk wouldn't get the money because he didn't make it on a live play. However, the guy who made the bounty said that he would still give it to him because it's absolutely insane and no one else is going to do it. mrekk also 2-missed an 11-star unranked map for 1,700 PP, 1,800 PP if FC, and the PP record if it was ranked. And to finish off the month, mrekk set a 1.7k PP record on the other version of Save Me with Hidden DT. Kicking September off strong, the Magic Animals set the highest star FC in Osu, being his new top play set on Osu Laser. It was an easy DT play on my time, and it was worth 935 PP, which is quite a lot for an easy play. mrekk became the first player to reach 28,000 PP in Osu Standard. Windowlife reached the top 10 rankings with a 1k on Unwelcome School. The Taiko player known as Connor became the player with the most double S ranks in Taiko, dethroning Kevin after more than a decade. Flyingtuna set the first hidden hard rock FC on Burning Star. Predominador became the first player in history to have 100,000 total double S plays in one game mode, being Osu Catch. Wimpn achieved 100,000 ranked FCs following last month's 100,000 FCs in general. Utami set the first no-mod 1.2k PP play, being obviously the no-mod PP record and his new top play, skipping 1.1k. And of course, it was on Jashin. And btmc set his first 1k, actually a 1k skip, getting 1.1k PP on Jashin, every top player's favourite no-mod farm. October once again starts off with the Magic Animals, a 4-digit by the way, setting his top play as a 1.2k PP play on a 9-star map, My Time, which is just nuts. I mean, the guy isn't even 3-digit yet and he's already setting like mrekk level plays. It's insane. Also this month, Osu Mania's 4-key World Cup concluded with the USA winning. mrekk set the first 3-mod FC on State of the Union. Whitecat came back and showed us all why he is the GOAT. I mean, he set a 1-miss on Happy Song for 800 PP and then just decided to play the cut version instead and set the first FC on the Loved diff, being 830 PP if it was ranked. And it's just crazy to me that this was during a de-rusting stream. He then just decided to go ahead and play Jashin like everyone else had been recently and destroyed btmc's score, setting a 1.1k, his new top play, in a de-rusting stream. He also pushed once again past 20,000 PP, so I mean, come on, he's clearly the GOAT. mrekk decided once again to log into Akatsuki and just go nuts. He set 118 1Ks in about 2 hours on the server, including a 1.7K, 3 1.6Ks, 5 1.5Ks, 7 1.4Ks, 9 1.3Ks, and a partridge in a pear tree. mrekk also set the Hard Rock PP record and the first Hard Rock FC on youre, being a 1.1K. Dressurf, the #1 Mania player, hit 30,000 PP. Peppy released the combo scaling removal PP rework that everyone has been waiting for so long, and then mrekk just decided that he was gonna do this. To really put it into context how insane this play is, I want to take you back to the start of this video where during the January section, I told you about a 1.4K PP play that mrekk had been struggling to set, and by now he's shooting out 1.6Ks and setting 1.9K, almost 2K PP plays in unranked maps. It's insane. There is no player like mrekk. Davalaf became the first Osu channel to hit 1 million subscribers, and there was a certain map with a certain character from a certain game that got ranked, and all of the top players just decided to go mental with it. Firstly, we have ivaxa with a 1.5K PP play, then we have mrekk with another 1.5K PP play on the map. Then mrekk also set a 1.4K on the second highest difficulty, not even 30 minutes after the 1.5K. And that was followed by ivaxa also going to the second highest diff, but setting a 1.3K PP play. In fact, the spam on the Osu Games subreddit of scores on this map was so much that Peppy even made a troll post. The post said that mrekk played Song That Might Play When You Fight Spams, Brown Pants' Extreme, with the mods being FK Dis Spam, getting 13,337 PP. And flyingtuna reached the top 20 players and also 20,000 PP at the same time. To start December off strong, mrekk reached 30,000 PP, being the first person to ever do it in standard. He also got a 3 miss on Oshama Scramble. It's a 14-star map, but it is kind of overweighted in star rating. But it was a 1.6K nonetheless. He also got a 1.6K double S with 3 mod on Song That Might Play When You Fight Sans, the top diff. And then he set a 1.6K 2 miss on Anoyo Iki, which without the misses could have been 1900 PP, which is insane because this was almost a 1.8K skip to a 1.9K PP record. Sticking with mrekk now, he became the first player to reach 100 1.2K PP plays, which really just shows his dominance above every other top player at the moment. Now I like to call this section of the video what CSR does to a player base. ivaxa set a 1.5K on Lauricia, pushing him into the top 3, but not only that, it could have been a 1.8K had he not got the 2 misses and FC'd the map. He also set a 3 miss 1.2K that would have been a 1.5K FC on Embraced by the Flame. He also set a 1.3K, almost a 1.8K without the 6 misses on the newly ranked Bang Bang with DT. And I mean, ivaxa is just crazy, man. Look at this clip. He's playing with mouse and he's hitting this. Lifeline got his first 1.3K and the first hidden DT FC on Embraced by the Flame. ninerik got the best DT Akan miss count on Twilight Skies for a 1.3K, almost 1.4K and 1.6K PP play had he not gotten 1 miss. Ninerik had been really popping off after CSR2. Just look at this, he set two 1.2Ks, one on Save Me and one on Through the Fire and Flames, both with hidden DT, some incredible scores. CSR also boosted a lot of players by a lot of ranks, notably Flyingtuna and Worst HR Player both got some incredible increases, both reaching the top 15 due to the combo scaling removal. Jappa de Kappa went from rank 67 to rank 19 just from the rework. A top player from Vietnam known as Def went from 4 digits all the way to rank 76 just because he's a tournament player and CSR buffed so many of his scores by an absolutely insane amount. Osu 420 surpassed Wimpn for the most map clears in Osu standard, standing at 114,806 beat maps. Nyan Potato surpassed Chicony as the #1 player in Russia. Ivaxa reached 25,000 PP, and Board Yes is now the #1 USA player, surpassing Scytho. Pre-Dominador become the first player to achieve 100,000 silver SS ranks in any mode. Ivaxa got a 1.6k, choking 1.9k with one miss on Lauricia. Lifeline got a 1.4k, choking 1.8k with a 3 miss also on Lauricia, his new top play. We saw an incredible battle in the World Cup leading to an amazing South Korea victory, finally breaking the USA's 6-year streak. So congratulations to everyone on the South Korea team. It was definitely absolute cinema this year, and I'm so happy I got to watch it.
Dynasty destroyers, curse deleters. This is South Korea for the first time in 11 years. Your 2024 Osu World Cup champions!
We also saw mrekk change his goal in his About Me section to winning OWC by 2026, so we're hoping to see an incredible performance from mrekk in OWC 2025, and I just can't wait. Chicony also posted that he got his first SS in Osu, alongside an announcement that he was going to be quitting the game, so it's sad to see him go, but he definitely had a good run. Wimpn also set the final score that he needed to become the first standard player to achieve 1 trillion ranked score, and it goes to show how much dedication this one man has for the game. Jappa de Kappa surpassed Board Yes to become the #1 USA player. On Christmas Eve, Bonk set this incredible hidden DT Hard Rock FC on A for 956 PP, and I mean, just look at this score, it's absolutely incredible and just does not look human. Now, on Christmas Day, akolibed logged on and set his new top play being a 1.6k on Scytho's sidetracked day. I mean, this guy just can't escape this map. He is just one with sidetracked day. Sidetracked day is the new era. It's not akolibed, it's just the map. But regardless, this guy is just a demon when it comes to speed plays. Take a look at this. And finally, what better way to end 2024 than mrekk setting a 1.8k PP play, the PP record on the 31st of December on Zetsubo Plantation, a newly ranked map which had been showing promise for a long time, especially after he set his 2k PP choke on it a few days before. Now, people made fun of this map. I mean, to be fair, look at mrekk's top plays just a few days days after it was ranked. It's insane how farmable this map was for top players to set some insane scores, but I think it's just incredible that a 1.8k PP record was set on the last day of the year. I mean, I started making this video before Christmas this year, actually in the beginning of December, so to have been working on this video and in the middle of it just see a PP record pop out of nowhere moments before I pop some champagne for the New Year's, that was just incredible. But with that final play, that just about does it. 2024 is over, and what a year it has been. We've had PP records, titans falling, and the craziest first to ever do it plays that I have ever been able to witness in this community. It's been a wild ride, and I'm not quite sure we'll see another year like it. At least not for a very long time. 2024 has felt like this dream that shouldn't have really happened yet, and here we are celebrating all of these insane achievements together that belong in a Osu Players in 2050 video. And that's what I love about being part of the Osu community. I mean, it's not just the #1 player who can pull things out of the bag that are so damn impressive that you just have to see it. It can be anyone and everyone from any skill range who can do something incredibly monumental and amazing. But thank you all for coming along with me on this trip down short-term memory lane. I can't wait to stand by you all in the crowd as we watch what 2025 has in store for us. Happy New Year, everybody.
See you next time.